Hello, everybody. Welcome to a new table of ranking. Not really a table of ranking, but there is a table here for ranking, a tier list. But I don't have a table. But just imagine there's a table in front of you, and we're gonna rank some Eggmans. That's right. We're gonna rank a bunch of different Eggmans. Some of them look kind of chopped off. Some of them did get kind of chopped off, but that's a-okay, because we're gonna make it work anyway. So we have 13 different Eggmen here. Some of them you can kind of see who they are. Some of them you can't really see who they are, and that's fine, because we're gonna go down the list and rank them from S being a top tier Eggman, all the way to D, meaning don't even get in my Sonic. Get out of here, Eggman. Which of these eggs is rotten, and which of them are good enough to go in my omelet? Let's start with the classic Eggman. This is the Eggman from the Genesis era of Sonic. Really cute design for this Eggman. I really like how he looks. Some fun boss battles in that era of Sonic. Really memorable bosses. The one that you probably know the most is the one from Sonic 1, where he has the ball and chain that he swings around. You know, it's just an evil scientist guy who wants to take over the world using the energy source that is small woodland creatures. And that's, you know what, that's a-okay. I think classic Eggman gets an A. He's a cool dude. This is Adventure era Eggman. This is Eggman from Sonic Adventure 1, Sonic Adventure 2, and you can also kind of lump Sonic Heroes and Shadow in there as well. This Eggman's a little more sinister than classic Eggman. He's pretty damn smart, even though he still gets defeated by a rodent. But you actually get to play as this Eggman at points, and I don't know. I think this Eggman is pretty memorable. Do I like him more than classic Eggman? I would say I like him just as much as classic Eggman. He's also in his way his own classic Eggman. Not this next one though. This is 06 Eggman, whose head's been cut off in this photo. 06 Eggman is fucking disgusting. He is like an abomination. Like, imagine what Eggman might look like as a real person, which we'll actually see later, but just in a video game, like a video game real person, like a Final Fantasy character or something. That's what 06 Eggman looks like. I'm putting him in D. He is an abomination to mankind, and I hope to never see 06 Eggman again. Modern Eggman, I would say, really goes from like Sonic Unleashed to the current era. I don't know, you can kind of lump Frontiers in there, but this is the current Eggman. He's kind of a goofier version of Eggman. I like that. He still gets away with some pretty heinous crimes, but he's also really funny. I think he has some really funny moments in the newer Sonic games. He's kind of insane almost, which I think is really likable. And I actually, of the current Sonic era, I think that's one of my favorite aspects is Eggman. So I'm gonna put him in S. Here's Sonic Boom Eggman. This is I think maybe the silliest. No, this isn't the silliest, but this is pretty damn silly for Eggman. He's not even the villain of the Boom era. He's sort of like Sonic's rival, Sonic's friend at points in the cartoon. Like, he's not really the bad guy. He's just kind of a nuisance, which makes him kind of funny. But I'll probably put him at B. I do like his design. But he's really not that evil of a guy. He's just a goofy old dude. All right. Who do we got next? Which one of these guys should we do next? Let's do Adventures, the Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog Eggman, aka Robotnik, you know, whatever you want to call him, is the sexiest one. Man, they make it a point on that show to show his ass whenever they can. He is just a fucking goofball. And it's so funny that they either make Eggman just super goofy in these iterations or super serious. And I think Goofy Eggman, like in Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog, works in the context of the cartoon because it's more of like a Looney Tunes style cartoon where it's supposed to be off the wall crazy. And of course, having an off the wall Eggman really helps. I would also put him at B. Alright, let's do the other one. This is Saturday Morning Cartoon Eggman, voiced by Tim Curry. I will also lump in Underground Eggman, because I don't have that much different to say about Underground Eggman. This version of Eggman is probably the most sinister. He has a deep voice. He has taken over the world. That's the plot of the show. And he Tim Curry does a great job. So I have to put him at A. Okay, let's do Sonic X Eggman. Sonic X Eggman, I think, borrows a lot of traits that would, or not borrows a lot of traits, but has a lot of traits that would be put into the modern era of Eggman, which is my favorite Eggman, where he is funny and diabolical at the same time. He's almost like an insane character, so I'm going to put him in S. Eggman Nega. You can't see him, his face was cut off, but this is Eggman Nega. And he was in a few games. He was in like Sonic Rush and Sonic Rivals. He's Eggman from like an alternate dimension. And they never did much with Eggman Nega. I like his design. I'm kind of sad you can't see his face because he's got like goggles and a white mustache and stuff. I really like his design, but they never really did much with Eggman Nega. I feel like they could use him in some other cool ways. So I'm putting him in C. All right. We got... This one is Archie Comics Eggman. And if you know anything about the Archie comics, is that they get weird. So there's many different versions of Eggman in the Archie comics alone. I'm not that huge a fan of the Archie comics, to be honest. They are a fun read from time to time. I don't know if I really cared about Eggman in any of the stories, though. Or any of the versions of Eggman, to be honest. Probably a C as well. Here we have IDW Eggman, which is the current comics. I think he also follows along some of the more modern Eggman traits, but I do like the fact that he has more stories. I like the fact there's a really fun storyline in the IDW comics where Eggman straight up loses his memory and doesn't remember that he's Eggman. He thinks he's like a woodshop worker or something like that, like a carpenter. And that's a really fun storyline. I would also probably put him as S. I think the current style of Eggman is my favorite, and I'm going to keep those up there. This next one's tricky. This is movie Eggman. This is Jim Carrey as Eggman. While I don't normally like Jim Carrey, I can say that out loud. I don't really like Jim Carrey. I think the only other movie that I cared about Jim Carrey in was the second Kick-Ass movie, which wasn't that great of a movie anyway, but the second Kick-Ass movie, which he also, like, right after disowned for some reason. I think that's the only other movie that he was in that I really cared about. But, you know, I think he does a good Eggman. He plays up Eggman as being this diabolical genius who's, you know, so smart he's just fucking crazy half the time. It's fun. It's a fun Eggman. I'm gonna put him as an A. I like Jim Carrey as Eggman. I was questioning the casting at first, but I think it works. And lastly, we have Sonic Prime Eggman. Probably not counting Frontiers. No, actually, you know, it might be. I think Sonic Prime might have come out after Frontiers. I don't remember. They were close. They were close together. But the most modern on-screen version of Eggman is Prime. And if you've watched Sonic Prime, they do some fun things with Eggman that you don't expect. I don't want to spoil that, just in case you are a fan and you want to watch Sonic Prime. But let's just say the image I have here is just his base design, and they go other places with it later on in the series. So, yeah, it's fun. I really like Sonic Prime, and the Eggman stuff in that series was very interesting. Again, I don't want to spoil any of it. I'd probably also put that as S. And there it is. I ranked all the Eggmans. At S rank, we have Modern Eggman, we have Sonic X Eggman, we have Sonic IDW Eggman, and Sonic Prime Eggman. In A, we have Classic Eggman, Adventure Eggman, Sat AM Eggman, and Underground Eggman, kind of lump that in there, and Movie Eggman. B, we have Boom Eggman, and The Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog Eggman. C, we have Eggman Mega, and Archie Eggman, whose heads were cut off. And D, we have 06 Eggman, whose head was also cut off. Let me know what other versions of characters should I rank. Should I have included Sonic the Comics Eggman? I didn't, because I've never read Sonic the Comics that much. I've seen stuff for it, but I've never given it my time. But I know it's fucking insane. So maybe one day I'll give that a look. But today, these are the mans. These are the Eggmans.